I've got this cheesy program on my website where when these bombs drop on these houses, they explode in a rather unpredictable pattern. That's not what I would expect. I was hoping them to explode in sort of a projectile-like fashion, like when you throw a baseball. See how I'm showing on the mouse how I'd expect to see an arc of the house parts? That's not at all what I'm seeing. And so I'm going to try to debug that during this session. Oh, the aliens blew the world up. Okay, so it's been a really long time since I've worked on this program, so we're going to try to clone the repo. Let's see. I don't know, we're just going to say temp. We're going to cd into that temp directory. Right, so what is the repo? I've got it over here on under Cheese Blaster. Okay. And this isn't actually the website code, but it's the repo code. So where's the... somewhere... there it is. Clone. Copy to clipboard. And you're probably going to use HTTPS, but I use the SSH. I don't know. I think you would have to have a key set up for SSH to work for you. Git command not found. Boy, it really has been a long time. Alright, whatever. Nice little deviation there. I can't believe I don't have Git installed right now. That's really weird. I don't get that. Apt install Git, right? Okay. That's one of the nice things about Debian 12. If you need something that's fairly standard like Git, Python, not that I like Python or Perl or a compiler, it's a one-liner to install it. It's going to install real quick. You don't have to go fishing for through a bunch of web pages and get all this crazy stuff that hasn't been tested. I mean, this has been tested quite extensively in Debian, I'm sure. Okay, so now we've got Git. I get that, right? Bad joke. Okay, so you want to continue connecting? Yes. Oh my goodness, and it says permission denied because I don't have the key. Because I deleted the key. So, git add. Actually, is there a way for me to just pull that? Why don't I just pull it from HTTPS? Let's see. I bet I'll get away with this. Ah ha ha ha. This horrible jokes. Git clone. Okay. Paste. We probably won't push this back. There we go. I don't have to worry with the SS. So that's what you would do, is you'd clone HTTPS. You wouldn't worry about the SSH keys. So now we're in Cheese Blaster. So here we go. Hey, how come I don't see? That's weird. There it is. It's in temp. And there's Cheese Blaster right there. Okay, so I'll come back after in a bit. Right, so I got the repo. I cloned it. You saw that, but there's basically everything in this whole program's crammed into like just a few files. Synth.js and anim.js, and synth.js is misleading. So it's my goal here to figure out which one of these files the explosion happens in. It's probably an anim. If I scroll down here, make ammo pod, no. Move, push, update frame, probably somewhere in there. Nuke bombs. There's got to be an explode somewhere. Number of unexploded houses. I'm not seeing it. Bomb hit house. That's probably it. Blow up house. That sounds cool, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. So if I go to references, no. Go to definition, no. I know it's in here somewhere. It's not, for some reason, Visual Studio is not wanting to find where blow up house is. That's very strange. Visual Studio Code. House. Alright. It's probably not in the same file. No, it's not. I must have put it in synth.js or something. Let's see if I find blow up house in here. There it is. Okay. So there's some bug in here, I guess. And I don't know what it is yet. It's going to take me a while. So house parts. So it takes every one of the house parts and iterates over them. And then a part I animate. I don't know what. Oh, just some house part. And fill, get rounded random number. I have no idea what this is doing. Sine and cosine. FXY. What on earth of... It's been a while. I'm going to come back when I understand what this code is actually doing. Okay, there's something not quite right with the physics here. I'm not exactly sure what's wrong, but apparently I'm trying to assign this rotation is independent of the x and the y directions of the item. It has to do with moment, but apparently I'm trying to reapply an acceleration at every sample interval. And that really only makes sense in the context of gravity. What I want to do is apply the force one time. So right here, I've taken that slice based upon the angle, the LA, which is the angle, and I'm multiplying that by the magnitude. And then when we come over here in this other file, I'm trying to emulate something called an impact force, but I'm not doing it right. Whoops. Right. Let's see what we got. Some parse part dot fx. Right. See right here we're saying pfx, and then right here somehow part. Whoa, where was somehow part.fx assigned? I'm not seeing that. That's strange. Crud. It's fx. Right. Not there. It's an update frame, I guess is where I am. Wow. This is really... There it is. That's update frame. And fx is assigned down here. I don't see where some part.fx was ever initialized. Oh, it was initialized here, a part. This is where it gets confusing. The H is a house part, and then a part.fx. So then we come in here, and as soon as we see this, we say some house part.fx, and we're trying to emulate an impact force. So what we need... Right here, I'm trying to compute an acceleration because force equals mass times acceleration. So to get, acceleration, I just divide the force by the mass. And why am I assigning a mass? Well, because it ultimately will allow the parts to behave a little bit differently. Like small massed objects will fly off real fast, and large massed objects will fly off slower. But, you know, I may have gotten a little bit too detailed too soon and caused myself a mess. But here's where the problem apparently is. Somehow part.ax. Yeah, okay, right. That makes sense. The acceleration at any given moment is going to be the force divided by the mass. And yes, we're setting the force to 0 here because we're blanking out because it's an impact force. But we want that acceleration to be applied on every single cycle, right? And then we go down here and the same thing for y. We force divided by mass equals acceleration, blanking out that. And then, of course, the gravitational acceleration, it's, I would think that when I hover over this, it would show you 9.8 meters per second squared or whatever I decided to use. But it's not. But the gravitational acceleration happens every single frame. It always does. Every single time we update the ballistic model, we're going to apply gravitational acceleration. Okay. And then the rotation, there's nothing real fancy there, but basically this, we're dividing by the force by the rotational inertia of the object, whatever that is. And I don't know where I calculated Ri, strangely enough. But that gives us the rotation that we're going to apply every single time, every single update. And then we're going to blank out the rotational force. PFR is basically somehow part.fr. It's no big deal. I wonder if that's working. I wonder if I blank all this other stuff out and just look at the rotation of the objects, if things look a little bit more reasonable. So I guess that would be a next step. Alright, so I'm going to try to open this thing, and I probably need another file manager window. Let's go back to Sean. Where was I? Source? Oh my goodness. It's not. Where's source? I'm not even seeing it. That's not good. There we go. Source. Okay, and in here we got cheese bug, and then temp, cheese blaster. Okay, how do you run this thing is the main thing. You just basically open up main HTML. That's not how you run it on the website, but it'll get you by for this. And we'll open it with Firefox. Right. And so before I start this, I'm going to go down here. And remember when I said that I wanted to comment out the X and Y components? I probably don't need to worry too much about the velocity there, but I do need to worry about these. I'm going to comment these out. I'm just going to see what happens, how the rotation behaves is all. Okay. I'm going to go back to the Firefox. I'm going to try refresh. Start this program and see what it does. The houses should not move. They should just rotate in place. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. It's pretty fast, but the rotation seems okay. So that's cool. Okay. Something's off with the X and the Y. Okay, so let's go ahead and close that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just hit refresh. So we don't have to worry about this at all. So I'll come back when I have some sort of idea of what is going on with the X and the Y updates. Okay, I still don't know what I'm doing, but I dropped the number of houses down to 1, and I eliminated the code that stops the game when all the houses are destroyed, or I just counted it out. So I'm going to go over here to more tools, web developer tools. Unfortunately, I could use a second monitor here. Unfortunately, I am not, minifying my JavaScript at this point. I need debugger. I'm not seeing the files I need. JS. There's 2 files, as I said. Just that's all there is to this, and it uses SVG.js for the animation. But one of these, I don't remember which one it is. It's an anim.js, I guess it is. It's update frame. I need to find the update frame. Function in here. So we'll go Control F, update frame. Boy, that's hard to read. Somewhere around nuke bombs. I'm not sure what all that is and why I didn't remove all that. Why I haven't deleted it yet. Yeah, cheat and sneak in animation here also. I can barely read this. This is crazy. So I'm like 49 years old, and I'm actually supposed to wear glasses. Let's see. Right here is where the magic happens. Well, not magic, but here's where my faulty logic happens. as I said, this updating of the rotational component is fine, but the calculation of the Vx and Vy is wrong. It's erroneous. And since I only have one house, I really need to make it to where there's only one house part also. Well, let's go ahead and set a breakpoint here. We don't want all those house parts. We really only want a roof. We need to isolate all this as much as possible, because if I have all those other house parts to go through, it's just going to confuse me when I'm debugging. So let's go back over here. How many house parts are in a house? House part. Let's just type in part. Let's see. H.parts. Blow up house. H.parts. And I don't know what. I need to find where blow up house is called. And it was called in anim.js, which is on the left. This is why I really prefer C++, C#. The IntelliSense is a little bit more advanced than C#. We're passing in a house to blow up house, but a house. Where is this a house? It's part of houses, but where do I define all the components that are added to a house? Where am I creating a house is my question. A house, houses.I. We need to find houses. Where's houses? Somewhere around here is houses, not houses.length. Number of exploded houses. Cheat and sneak. Houses.length. No. No, 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 no. I'm not seeing where I'm creating the houses. It's not good. A house equals houses.I. Houses K. Where on earth are the houses? Here's the houses. Right there. It's in the synth.js. I'm getting confused. See, I didn't really name that real well. Houses push some house. Right here, okay. Some house. Var some house. Physical coordinates. Parts. House parts. See, I need to cut down the number of house parts just to make this easier to debug for now. So where are the house parts defined? Here's house parts. House parts. Whoa, I skipped it. House parts push. House parts push some house part. So really the last one here is the roof. The bad windows. So we're going to comment all these. We don't want the windows. House body. We don't want the house body either. Edit. Advanced. Where's advanced? Somewhere. Toggle line comment. Whatever. So we're just going to deal with the roof for now, okay? Actually, it would have been easier if I would have dealt with the body because it's easier to see. It's yellow. But we're going to deal with the red roof. So now all we have is a single house part and a single house. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to save this. We're going to go over here. We're going to have to refresh. Hopefully it won't mess with the deep breakpoints I put in too bad. Yeah, there's still some breakpoints there. And hopefully I will have a single house and a single part, a single roof. And when the bomb crashes with the roof, I'll be able to observe the velocity x and y as they increment. Actually, before I even do that, let's just go ahead and just run this without the debugger. And see, start this goofy. See, why is... I don't understand why the house is up there. It looks like I have a bug somewhere. I introduced a bug when I'm in... yeah, it crashed. What is it complaining about? Centered X is not defined. How did that... How did commenting out the... I dropped the number of houses down to 1, but how did commenting out the, all that other jazz cause this bug? It's a good thing I stopped there. I'm gonna have to revert. Control Z, file, save. Let's try that again. Will it still do that? No. Okay, so everything's good there. We got one house, but I still have to deal with the windows and the, and I don't want to deal with the windows. Okay, wait. Okay. I don't want to mess with the windows. So what's going on here? Ah, right there, centered X. I commented out centered X is what I did. Let's go back here. Let's not deal with the roof. House parts, push some house part. Roof is some house part. We're going to comment out the roof. I should really recode that. That's just really messy. Then we got right there. Okay, let's try this again. Edit. Toggle line comment. File. Save. Back here. Refresh. Okay, good. We got one house down there. So now, when this crashes, it's gonna that square is gonna rotate, right? Well, it didn't consider that an impact, but it was close enough for my work. Close enough for government work, but maybe this will crash it. And it's not rotating. That's strange. Something's not right there. That should have rotated. Why didn't that rotate? That's really bizarre. Why don't we put the roof back in? See what happens if I stick the roof back in. Edit. Toggle line comment. File. Save. Go back. Refresh. Now we got a house. Now we got the base and the roof. Okay, now hopefully the roof will spin, but the bottom won't. Yeah, the roof is spinning. I don't know what happened to the bottom. The bottom... Okay, something's not right there. So, let's just go back and stick with the roof. Whoops, don't want that. Let's go back to the roof. We're going to have the roof only. We're going to comment. Remember, we can't comment out centered X. Edit. Toggle line comment. File. Save. Let's try this one more time. Refresh. Okay, yeah, we got just the roof. What we want to do is we want to see how the roof reacts. I didn't expect that. Okay, I totally did not expect what just happened. What in the earth? Why removing the base of the house would cause the roof to react in that different manner? Okay, that's what I'm expecting. That right there. That's good. We don't need to worry about the rotation so much. So we're going to go ahead and disable the rotation just so we can focus on, let's see, where is this? It's in update frame, wherever that is. Right there. We're going to ignore this. Okay. Okay. Okay, now, so I don't drive myself crazy, I'm going to go back and try it again. Okay. No rotation. This should not rotate. And it didn't. But why did it do that? What? That's what it did last time. It went off to the right. I don't understand that. hit that. Let's watch this one more time. There we go. That's gonna be an impact really quickly. And it slides off to the right. Okay, I'm not understanding that. But what we're supposed to do is, since we only have one house and one house part, we need to go into this debugger here. We go over here, right about here. And that vector is the wrong direction for sure. That's like bug number 1. Come on now. Update frame. I'm not seeing it. Update frame, yep. Maybe let me go to definition there. No, whatever. I did something seriously wrong. I don't know what I did, but maybe many things seriously wrong, and I'm not finding the next. Am I looking at the right one? There it is, update frame. Here we go. Right here, we're not applying any rotation. Okay, the X and the Y are what really actually distinguish what happens. Both the X and the Y are changing, but they're not changing the way I would expect them to. So we're going to set a breakpoint right here. What we want to do is we want to see what the X and Y are as we go in, but we don't really want that until the house actually explodes. So really, we don't want that. Yeah, it says right there, if some house has been blown to bits. It only happens if the house is blown to bits. So here we go. And we're going to try this again. Although I wished I had another monitor to move this thing out to, because it's really hard to read here. Let's see. So there's a responsive design mode. There's a way to pop this thing out. What if I dock to the right? Will that be easier? Sure seems that way. Whoa, that didn't help. View, more tools, developer tools, right there. I didn't want what I wanted to get rid of all this junk on here, but maybe this will be enough room for me. Okay. I've got a breakpoint set on synth.js on update. Should stop here soon. I had a breakpoint set. I'm not seeing the breakpoint. Where is it? Is it an anim? There it is. Okay, it hit, and it's in anim.js. Okay, so some house part, VXVY. VY is negative, and that's not what we want. How did VY get to be negative? That's our first problem. Okay, VY should not be negative, and VX is positive. That's fine. But why is VY negative? Let's go back. We look here. I don't know if AY has already been blanked out, I'm sure. FY? Yeah. AY is PY to FY divided by mass. Where did PFY get assigned? Well, phooey. I'm not seeing it. Where did I assign PFY? Blow up house, somewhere in right here. I won't go up to the definition because it's in a different file. That's why I like C#. Now, right here, this cosine right here is jacked. Let's see. Sine. Isn't that up and down? Isn't cosine like left and right and sine up and down? Looks like I might have gotten these backwards. You guys might have spotted that a long time ago. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse and cosine is... I'm pretty sure these are backwards. Let's do a check real quick. Cheat. We need pretty pictures. Here's some pictures. What's this? There we go. Yeah, see, I think I got that wrong. Cosine of theta is equal to x over... My guess is I got it wrong. So let's go back over where we were. That's not good. Right. I hope I typed that right. Because if I didn't, it's going to be worse. Okay, so we're going to go back over here. And then we're going to refresh. Where's the... We're going to disable this for now. Refresh. Hopefully I won't lose my place by doing that. So at least it should go up this time. Of course, it's probably going to go up that way when I want it to go anywhere around these ways, but well, that's not too bad. Okay, and apparently gravity is not doing its job. Let's try this again. Somewhere along the lines, gravity is not taking place. And the amount of variability on the initial angle is not right. It's kind of funny sitting here waiting for this to actually hit the target or the house. I guess if I increased the number of bombs that were falling, then it'd be more likely to hit. We'd still be playing the waiting game. Okay, this is going to be a hit, I think. Oh, how did that go downwards? It still went downwards. That's not good. There's got to be an easier way to make these things impact. Send a bomb straight for the house. So these random numbers. Or instead of right at the very beginning, as soon as I start it, like explode the house. Where is the blow up house? Where am I calling blow up house? If house hit, see if the bomb hit a house. Var house hit false. House's length if house hit. What if I just do this? That's real wonderful, ain't it? Okay. So refresh. I said the house was hit and nothing's happening. I didn't do something right. Okay, stop. What did I do wrong?
House hit equals true. I don't know. Let's get rid of this. If house has been blown to bits equals false and bomb hit house. blow up house. Let's just, I don't want to blow up the house every single time. A house. Yeah, house hit equals true. See if the bomb hit a house. Oh my goodness. Am I blowing up the house more than once? Is that what's going on? Am I blowing up the house multiple times? Surely not. A.house has been blown to bits equals false. Blow up house. So we can comment out pretty much all this, I think. Right. So, right here. If the house has been blown to bits, hasn't been blown to bits, blow up the house. Nice. What the heck am I doing here? And the bomb has hit the house, then blow. This is embarrassing. I don't know if I want to put this out here. House hit equals true. Yes, I get that. Okay, let's just try this. Where's... Oh, whoa, 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 I can't do that. Each house... Wait a minute. This is ridiculous. Edit. Toggle line comment.
Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay. Blow up house, and then a house is houses. There's only one house, so it's going to be houses.0. We're going to blow up house number 0. And then what are we going to do? We're going to say houses sub 0 dot, what was it? Has been blown to bits equals true. Right. Okay. This is like so jacked up. Just so I can debug. Okay. If not houses sub 0 dot has been blown to bit. It's not, IntelliSense is not working. It's not what I want. Has been blown to bits. If the house has not been, if house number 1 has not been blown to bits, we're gonna blow it to bits. All right? Okay. So, if house number 1 has not been blown to bits, house 0 is number 1. Then blow up house number 1. Also, say that the house has been blown to bits. Say that the house has been blown to bits, right? So that we don't blow it up again. We don't want to blow it up multiple times. Okay, so this should make it so that it won't have to wait. Refresh. It should blow up as soon as we go in there. And it's not blowing up. Why didn't the house blow up? Okay, I'm getting frustrated. Oh, okay, never mind. Let's get this out of here. Good night. I'm making a complete disaster of this. Just to debug. This is why you need unit tests. There we go. Okay, it blows up as soon as I go in. See, now that, I don't want that. It went off to the right. Okay, that's good. Got it. There we go. Okay, all this is good. But there's no gravity, you see. We need to stop this negative stuff, okay? We don't want it to go negative. Why? How is this? Sign of LA. And LA is launch angle min, launch angle max. There's something wrong with this launch angle min and max. I'm supposed to get a bounded, rounded, random number. And it's supposed to be between launch angle min and launch angle max. So what is that? GC launch. It's not in here. It's not in that file. It's in this one, which means I'm going to lose my place. I hate that. Is there a way to split right? There we go. And we just send this back over here. Okay. So we need to find GC launch angle min. Pi divided by 4. That's a positive number. Launch angle max. 3 pi over 4. That's still a positive number. If you take the sine of both of these numbers, it's going to be positive. So what's going on with this angle? We're getting the sine of that angle and multiplying it by LM. LM, that's the magnitude. Am I getting a negative magnitude? That's really weird. I don't know what's going on there. So we're going to go back to the handy dandy debugger. Hopefully it's not what I where was this? This was in blow up house. We need to find blow up house. Okay, it's not in here. It's in the other one. House. There we go. We're in blow up house. Okay, so we need to find out why this we need to find out why FY is coming out negative. Which is really bizarre. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, now we're going to look at these values here. We're going to go over to the right. Look at these expressions, watch expressions. Add a watch expression. We need a part.fx. And we need a part, well, we don't really need a part fx. Fy. Okay. Both of those are positive. So we're expecting this house to go up. So we're going to hit continue. Well, we didn't get to watch it. Here we go again. Unavailable. What happened there? Okay, 1919. That's not anything. It's not helpful. That's not helpful. Come on now. Reset. Why is it? Oh. 2020. I get that. But it's not letting me catch. It's not letting me catch. Wait a minute. Those values are the same. That shouldn't be right. What is LA? A part fx and a part fy should not be the same values. That's concerning. They're still the same values. And we reset. Still the same. Oh, here we go. Fx is negative. That's a good thing. And fy is positive. 1818. Why are they the same? 1717. Negative 527. This is really confusing me. I'm not seeing where I'm getting a negative fy. Let's add one more to this. It's LA. It's in radians. So we should have anywhere from 0 to pi radians. I can't show you right now, but you go from 0 to 2 pi. So anywhere, the LA should always be between 0 and pi. So 0 and half of 3. 0 and 3.14 basically. And I'm not seeing anything weird here except the fact that fx and fy are often the same. Why am I getting 7.8? Apparently, I guess 7.8 is like pi over 4 or something. 1/4 divided by 4. Yeah. Why am I getting 7.8 with such great frequency? That shouldn't happen so often, but that's not serious. That's not an awful thing. It's not horrid, it's just not ideal. That's really strange. Get bounded random number. Well, anyway, the bug does not appear to be here because fy is always coming back positive every single time. So that's the good news. All right? So what I need to do is, it's not here. Somewhere in the other logic, there was a problem. Blow up house. So fx and fy are prime, but there was the update frame. Update frame. Somewhere in here there's something going bonkers, and I don't know what it is. X, X, Y, Y, X, X, Y, Y. Okay. Here's where it gets really weird. So, let's try this again. Okay. What do we got now? Let's see. Let's move this over. We've got... Let's get rid of all this. We want AX, AY. AX. Whoops. AZ. We don't need to go 3D right now. Oh my goodness. What's wrong with me? AX. AY. Oh. That's not good. Some house part.ax. That looks good. Some house part.ay. Whoops. Didn't type that right either. I'm sorry for the bad audio, but I can't have to see what I'm doing. Some house part.vx. Wait a minute. Should I be applying an acceleration every single time? The only acceleration I should be applying every single time is the acceleration due to gravity. Some house part.vy. Okay. Vy is positive. Oh, that didn't help. There's probably just a way to look at some house part, actually. Part.x. Part.y. Okay, now, I guess my logical space and the actual space on the screen are two different things, but logically, I'm saying y goes up. I mean, positive y goes up towards the ceiling, and negative y goes down. So I'm not seeing anything funny here right now. We got y is 1.32, so we're going to hit continue, I guess. Where did it go? Just disappeared. Paused on breakpoint again. I hate it when that happens. Three, 4, 5, 6. You see that AY is constantly incrementing. I don't see anything weird going on there. That's what we would expect. But at some point, if I restart this, at some point we're going to get this weird phenomenon where the triangle starts going down. We got Y. Yep, the triangle's going up as we would expect. Let's disable this again. Try this one more time. See, it went down that time. It went down. Down again. Up. Down. Okay, that was not. Okay, I need to. I wish I could figure out when it's going to go down. There we go. AY is negative. How did AY get to be negative? That's my question. Where did we get a negative AY? Oh. I see. Because the acceleration of gravity was so strong that it overcame the velocity before. The acceleration of gravity was so strong that it overcame the velocity before we had a chance to really react, I guess is what it is. Sorry, you probably didn't hear that. The acceleration due to gravity was so strong that it overcame the positive. Whoa. PFY. PFY is 16. Divided by mass is 10. So we get 1.6 for AY. But when we add this 2, see, I'm using 2 for the acceleration due to gravity. So we have 1.5, and then we're subtracting from 2 so that the acceleration was negative. The acceleration is always going to be negative. Wait a minute, AY should be negative. But VY is the one that VY is the one that should always be positive. VY should always be positive. AY is always going to be negative. What's wrong with me? AY is always going to be negative. Except at the very beginning. The very beginning, AY is going to be positive because theoretically the force. Somehow I need to assign. I'm going to have to come back. I got this severely blown up. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm back. Looks like I had a couple of bugs going on among many, but one thing is my gravitational acceleration was way too high. I had to set it 2, which, I mean, these aren't representative of real world numbers, but when I moved it down to 1, the objects tended to go in the upward direction more. And then the other thing is that I'm not applying gravitational acceleration on every iteration. If you check this out, look. If I go restart this, here we're applying the acceleration due to gravity. But then if I go and hit this continue button, I can hit this till I'm blue in the face, but acceleration due to gravity is not getting reapplied. It should be applied every single iteration, and apparently there's something going on here because the PFY is getting set to 0. The acceleration due to gravity is not getting set. The PFY was a point force or an instance force. It was only meant to be applied at 1 frame to set an acceleration in the upward Y direction. And but gravity is meant to be applied at all times. So I need to change that. So we're going to go back over here and we're going to take, now that we set our gravity, I don't know if you can see where I set my acceleration due to gravity, but it's not in here. I don't see it. I thought it was on this list. Good grief. There it was. Right here. I lowered it to 1. But here's the main thing I need to do. I need to go over here, and I need to take this out of here and throw it, it's like, say, over here. I know this is a sloppy way of doing this, but there it is. I bet you that will cause the ballistic pattern that we're looking for. Okay, now we're going to disable these breakpoints. Refresh. Yeah, did you see that? Acceleration gravity is too high, but you can see that kind of falling off pattern there. Yeah, okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go back over here and we need to, this acceleration due to gravity is still way too high. We're gonna be playing with some, I don't know, funny, these are gonna be funny numbers, but let's say 0.1 or 2. That's probably better. I'm gonna lower the acceleration due to gravity. And we're gonna start the goofy program. Ah, do you see that? There, that's what we want. That's very close. That's much closer to what we want. Well, sort of. Come on now. Let's try this again. No, it's not pronounced enough. There it goes. See, that's not too bad. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, there we go. Great. Okay. So that's at least in the ballpark. I don't know. There may be other bugs going on that I'm not aware of at this current time. But this is reasonable. So now what would happen if I enable the other house parts? Remember I said that I had several different house parts coming in? Re-enable those if I can find them. House body. Let's see what happens if I add the house body back in. Edit. Toggle line comment. Let's just do this one at a time since I have a tendency to break things. We may not even need the debugger for these next steps. For some reason, the base of the house is not... Why is the base of the house not... The roof is coming off, but the base of the house is not moving. What's going on with that? What if I take the... What if I put the windows back in? What would happen if I moved the windows? House parts, push somehow. We got two bad windows. We're gonna put both of them back in. File, save. See what happens if I put the windows back in. Yeah, did you see the windows? And did you see how the windows split off way faster than the roof? That's because I'm doing a mass-based calculation. Okay. So that's not too bad, but I need to figure out what's going on with the base of the house. And it's probably going to take me a while to figure that out, so I'm going to cut out again because I'm apparently not doing so well with these impromptu, like, type on-the-fly kind of thing. Okay, I'm back from that, and apparently the house body is not considered a house part. Okay, I made a mistake there, because if you look right here, when I'm doing when the house body is the only part involved, I'm sorry, this is hard to read. When the house body is the only part involved, we never go in, we never come into this loop where it says house has been blown to bits. We never get in. See, this is an iteration of over all the house parts. All the way, and I'm not adding. It's never coming inside here. Okay, but it was with the roof and all the other parts. So I think what the problem is, if we look over here on our house body, notice how when we do with the, when we do it, this is the roof. Wait a minute. Bad windows. What is that? I think this is supposed to be the roof, and I never labeled it. There's the windows. Okay, wait. Okay, something's. Is it the house image fill? Okay, whatever. Something's not right there. Maybe it was just an error on my part. Maybe when I was debugging, I accidentally commented that out. Toggle line comment. So now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to take this house image, this house body, and we're trying to add it, make it into a house part. Okay. Save. Go back over here. Refresh. Yep, it's going in. Okay. So we hit continue. Yeah, it's disappearing. That's good news. Okay, let's take that off. Yeah, see that? Now that house part is working. Okay, so we're going to go back over here and we're going to uncomment all the house parts, right? We want the windows back. As I said, I probably should have put this in a procedure, a function, line comment, but I guess I was doing this in a hurry, and so it caused me more heartache than being in a hurry caused me more heartache than anything else. That's why I don't like low code, no code. Toggle line comment. Because it's more hard. I think it's harder to organize your stuff when you're using low code, no code than it is when you're actually using basic code. But in this case, I still wrote spaghetti code. So, so we're going to hit refresh. Now we're going to watch the house blow up. See? The house parts went all different directions. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put that rotation back on. And hopefully the rotations will go in different directions. Remember how I commented out the rotation? Right here. We're going to re-put that back in. File save. Okay. I'm going to go back. Refresh. That's not what I expected. Adding the rotation in did not. Okay. I don't understand that. Just simply adding the rotation in. That's very bizarre. Let's comment that back out again. Save. Back. Refresh. Yeah, that's exactly what I would expect. This is what I expect. Why is the rotation causing a problem? Well, one thing is that the moment of inertia is way too high. I mean, too low. See, we got default window, moment of inertia, house rotational inertia. What if I multiply each of these by 10? At least it'll slow things down a little. So it won't look so crazy. So we're greatly increasing. We're increasing the moment of inertia by an order of magnitude for everything. And apparently I caused a bug. What did I do? Begin is not defined. Expression uncaught syntax got keyworded. What is it complaining about? See, this is another reason why I don't like JavaScript, because I can't find where the bug is that I just introduced. All I did was multiply these things by, and I didn't check in my changes, so it's hard to tell what I did wrong. Right there. toggle line comment. Let's go back, file, save. Let's go back here. Whoops, not that. Let's go back to the program. Refresh. Okay, that's right. Okay, so before I do anything stupid again, we're gonna go back and we're gonna check this in. We're gonna check this in because we're in a pretty good spot now. Go over to Get for Linux. Why does it think I not have Linux? I mean Git. That's really strange. I already have Git for Linux installed. Maybe because I installed Git after I, okay, whatever. We're going to close that. Here we're in the Cheese Blaster code. There. It'll probably pick it up now. There we go. It picked it up. It's because I did that. I installed Git after the fact. Now, I know this is wrong, but there's still some things wrong here, like, and it's going to be hard to, what is this? That's just the end screen. We can go ahead and, do I really want to, let's go ahead and take care of that. I commented that out because well, at least I'll be able to see some of the dumb things that I did. All right, we don't want to check it in yet. We're not in the best. We're not in the crazy great spot that I said we were in, but we're in a better spot than we were. So I need to find what I need to find is these inertias here. Whoop, there it is. Default rotational inertia. Let's see, 100. Let's see what happens if I change that. I'm just going to change one thing at a time since I don't know what's breaking. That's good. Alright, now we're going to go back over here. Now we're going to change this to 10 and this to 20. We're going to save it. Okay, make sure we don't have any bugs. Okay, that's... Oh, that was weird. Why are the house and the they're not. They were, but okay, now we're gonna go back here and we're gonna try to add that rotation in. We're looking for update frame. Update frame. And in update frame we've got this deal where we're assigning, I'm not seeing it. There it is, right here. See, it's highlighted for us. Uncomment this. And this is where things get really messed up for apparently. It looks better. But that rotation appears to be not around center. What the problem is. Okay, I don't know why these rotations aren't happening around center, but one thing that's problematic is that everything's going too fast for the user to be able to actually see what's happening. So one thing that I'm going to do is this launch magnitude. I'm going to lower that number. It was at 20 for minimum. I'm dropping it down to 5 for minimum, and magnitude max, I'm dropping it from 30 down to 20. And I'm going to take this gravitational acceleration, I'm going to drop it down to 0.15. And then, oops, not 0.15. Wait a minute. 1.5, my bad. 1.5. We don't want it at 2. 2 seems too aggressive. And then the rotational minimum and max, we're dropping that down to like -5, 5. And the reason why we have this symmetric is because we want some to go to the turn to the left and some to the turn to the right. Now, I don't know if that's going to exactly happen, but because there's apparently a lot more bugs in here than I anticipated, and we could go on and on and on and on for this, and I don't want to bore you to death with my constant debugging. But that's the reason we want the symmetry so that we can have some rotating to the left and some to the right. So we're going to try this again. Yep, That's too bad. Okay, we need to drop that. That gravitational acceleration is more aggressive. The gravitational acceleration is more aggressive than the magnitudes of the impacts, which are sending it in an upward direction. So we're going to go drop this down to 1. We still want that downward direction, okay? But we don't want, see, a lot of this, because this is a game, we can be sloppy. That's still too aggressive. It's still too aggressive to look cool. So we're going to have to do that again. We're going to change this one more time. Let's try 0.5. Hopefully it's going to handle decimal. Hopefully it's not like truncating these to integers, and then that would be making a real big mess. But it was no, it's apparently not, but something very bizarre happened there. I don't know what it was. I just wish this wasn't so fast. It's very hard to see what's happening. Let's try this 0.2. Save. Refresh. That's not too bad. Yeah, the windows are not even getting a chance to succumb to gravity, which is not a major problem, but I'm very frustrated here. What if I keep that gravity at 0.2, but then I launch magnitude max? That magnitude's, okay, I'm thinking this needs to go back to 30, definitely. That needs to go back to 30. In fact, this needs to go back to 10. How about 9? Try 9. Let's go back here. Fresh. Oh, that's better. It's just, did you see that? The rotation wasn't too horrible. And I'm supposed to, at some point I'll add a sound effect to this, but right now I'm just struggling with getting this. This isn't too bad. How do I get that a little bit better? I think one way is to just, this gravity is just too aggressive. It's got to, it's 0.1. Now everything's going to go off the top of the screen for sure. Yep, there we go. So then that's when we need to lower our velocity a bit. Let's put this down 0.5 right there. Okay, and then we're going to drop this down to say 20. Drop this down to say 5. Let's see what we got now. Oh, that's much better. That's much more of what I'm expecting. Yeah. Yep, you can see in the user can see the kind of the, although something's still not quite right, but they can see that ballistic arc that's going on. This is too. Let's go down to 0.2. Drop this to 10. This to 2. See what happens now. That's not bad. Okay, that's too. It's almost too slow at this point. But this is much better than what I had. I'd say 0.3. How about that? More gravity. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Yeah, what we got here is that the windows are going berserk, and the others are not. That looked really good right there. I think the windows have too much. I think we need to balance the mass a bit. these rotations are causing a lot of problems. I don't know how to fix the rotation. So that's why those inertias are so high. But if I go the mass, somewhere around here I've got the mass defined, and I can't figure out where it is. These should be defined in a centralized file, but they're not. What's this? I don't know. Mass? Nope, not in here. Not in this file. Let's try the other one. What file am I in? Synth.js mass. Okay, here we go. Default house mass. This needs to be a little bit slower. We'll put that at 10. Default roof mass. Let's put that at like 7. Default window mass. Let's increase that to 3. Okay, let's try this again. Well, that looks better. That's not too bad. The windows, now the windows aren't going berserk so much. Yeah, there's not hardly any, see what that rotation did? I can't figure out what's going on with that. But I don't think I'm going to figure it out. So, ugh, that's really weird. I'm going to try one more time on that. Let's drop this down. Less than an order of magnitude. I need to figure out how to rotate around center is my problem. I can't figure that one out. And it'll take me all night to figure that out. That's kind of cute, actually. We're gonna. What if we instead of order of magnitude, what if we double that? What if we double all these? 2, 200, 400. Again, we're being sloppy. No, this is not getting me. That was weird. Well, it's still better than what I had. And we are getting some of the effects of gravity. Let's double it again. 4, 4, 8. That's not too bad. That's weird. These are just really strange. I don't know. If you were a child and you were playing this game, you might actually like that, but this game's got serious issues right now. Usability issues and everything else. 8, 8, 16. Jeez, this is crazy. Okay, yes, I think this is what I'm gonna go with. Whoa, what? That is weird. This is not... These rotations are causing some seriously strange effects. Okay. Okay, so I found some code that I had that was accidentally fading out the house. That is not beneficial now. It's no longer beneficial. We don't really need that. There's no callback that happens when it's done fading out. So there's really no reason to have this. But another thing that I found, if you look at the code, if you look, it goes off the screen. But if you look at this, you'll notice that the acceleration or the rotation starts out slowly and it gets faster and faster and it's accelerating. So that's one thing I wasn't really anticipating. In a real life scenario, that's not likely to happen. changed is I went over here and there was a translate function. If I can't find it, that's just beautiful. Translate. Transform. My bad. So that allows me to lump some of these operations into the same thing. So I guess I need to wonder why I'm adding that in every single time, because for this particular model it doesn't make a lot of sense, although it does add for some nice effects later. Right here, velocity rotation, that looks right, but up here, fudge factor divided by RA, since this is an impact force, now set it back to 0. FR, AR right here, PFR. So why is this? We got PFR. PFR goes back to 0. So somehow part AFR equals 0. So we'll go up here and then we go PFR is 0. So why is it getting added every single time? I don't follow that. So that's where the debugger comes back in. We'll go back over here to the debugger. What is going on there? Right here, somehow part PFR, angle, acceleration, rotation. We do not want the acceleration of rotation to increase every single time, but that's exactly what's happening. So we're going to try this again. Start Goofy program. Here we go. Acceleration due to rotation, negative 0.0125. Oh goodness, I've got multiple house parts. That's not gonna help. Oh my. Hold on. We don't want this. We need to go back where I was creating all the house parts. Make house part. Come on. House part, house part, house part. I'm not seeing it. This is the wrong file, I'm pretty sure. There's house parts. Make house part, make house. House body, here we go. Bad windows. Well, let's just stick with, right now, let's stick with the house itself. I don't want any of this. Some house. Push. Wait a minute, what's this? Houses that push some house. Right. But house parts push. We don't want... We're going to comment everything except for the house itself. The body. Edit. Toggle line comment. File. Save. Okay, good. Alright, go back over here. Let's take the debugger off. Okay, see that? Now how it's spinning, and it keeps spinning faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. We do not want that. Okay, I'm going to put a debugger right there. And it hit that. Now if I hit the, where's the continue button? There's a continue button around here somewhere. I lost it. Good night. It won't. Come on. There we go. That's not it. I don't see my continue button. Wait a minute. Start. There. Okay, there it is. It stopped at the break point. Resume. Wait a minute, something's not right here. Okay, so no, it's not the accelerations keeps constantly get applied, but stop. Be quiet. Let's look at this again. I can barely see this. Let's see. The rotation, you add in the VR. Why is the VR? Oh, right here. VR equals VR plus AR. Every single time we're adding in the acceleration to the velocity. Vy, ax, ay, somewhere up here, ay equals ar, ay equals py over mass, pfr divided by, what's different here? Somehow part dot fy, ay, fr equals 0. I don't understand what's different. What is going on here? I'm gonna have to come back. I don't understand what I did wrong. Okay, I found yet another bug in my endless bugs. I don't know if you can see this, but, well, of course you can see it, but each time I iterate through an update, the AX gets larger, the acceleration, the VX continues to get larger. VX should not get larger. There is no continuing acceleration on X. If you watch this, that might be why things went off the screen so much. You look at VX, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not supposed to be happening. And the same thing is happening with VY, or the rotation, VR. What is it? VX and VR continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Why does it say VR is unavailable? VX, AR, I don't know why it's saying VR is unavailable. That's really got me confused. Some part, the VR is right there. It says it's unavailable. What the heck? 0. I don't know. My brain's starting to my brain's starting to turn to mush. But basically, FX should not continue to be getting greater. And I think it's because of this protection code I have here about the fudge factor. If, let's see, if a force is applied that's larger than, and this is, floating point is not precise, but if a force is applied, then we want to make a change, basically. Otherwise, we want to set the force back to 0. So what I need is an else clause in these 3 places. So I don't know why my brain's not working with the debugger right now, but if we go back over here, and I can see much better over here where the update frame, whereas it's not on that one, it's on the other one. Update frame, scroll down, and what does it say? Right here. Yeah. Okay. This is FX. Else. So if a force is applied, we want the acceleration to be the force divided by the mass. Well, what we did is we had set the force to 0, right? Well, when we're coming back in here, it's not going back in there and resetting the acceleration. So what we need to do is have okay, we need the same thing for these other 2 cases down here. Oops. That's not right. See, that's another reason why I don't like JavaScript. C# would have given me an error for that, and I would have recognized it easier. AY. Right. AY is 0. And then there's one more. This one right here. AR. AR is equal to 0. Now let's see if this thing starts rotating like crazy again. It should stay slow. We're expecting it to stay slow the entire time. And no, we don't want all these breakpoints. Bug after bug after bug. And it's not rotating at all. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's rotating. Very, 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 very slowly. Okay, so let's go back to this rotation part where we define rotational inertia of the box. Default ammo pod. No, that's not. Let's put these back to some reasonable numbers. Let's try 8. Wait a minute. This was 800. So we're going to... Let's try 80, 8, and 16. Let's see if it rotates better. That's 10 times faster than what it was. Yep, it's rotating. Okay, but we don't want it that slow. Not quite that slow. So we can speed it up by twice. House rotation of inertia. So we're going to, another order of magnitude, that's 8. And then we're going to take this to 0.8. And then we're going to take this to 1.6. There we go. Try this again. Hopefully I didn't introduce a bug there. Ah, that's not too bad. Now, does it get faster and 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 faster? Hopefully not. Okay, that's not too bad right there. We're going to stay with that. Now, what happens if we uncomment all those other house parts? Again, we had all those house parts. Okay, we got all the other house parts going again. File, save, here, reload. This is looking reasonable. It is still acting goofy. There is a little bit of warpiness because it's not rotating around 0. But we're going to go back to that transform function, translate. Is it translate or transform? Oh, goodness. Transform. Okay, now we're going to go back to the docs. Where are the docs? It says for the translate, we rotate, and then we can do a position X and a position... I'm not following. One way we can do is we can do a rotate, and then translate X, and then translate Y. We've already doing the rotate. We can do those individual in a position. We can do position X and position Y. Okay, good. We're going to just put in here. They're very flexible on that. That's really, that's one way that they're better than C#. Position X is, it's whatever it was above. Window 1, coordinate, oh my goodness. It's this junk right here where the move was. Right? Position Y. This. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this will alleviate some of the problem. I thought one of the things I run in Kden Live is sometimes my order of rotation and translation gets out of whack. And if you get them in the wrong order, it can cause bad things to happen. So I thought if I put the rotate in front of the move that it would fix things. But No, it didn't. But it's good that I didn't do that because I found another bug while I was at it, and that was the fact that the acceleration was just constantly being applied. We didn't want it implied in that particular scenario. So we're going to try this again. What happens now? Oh, joy. Okay, but now the gravity isn't working. That didn't look too bad, but the gravity isn't working. There's no gravity. Why did I lose What on earth? I don't get it. What did I do wrong? Window 1 chord X, window 1 chord Y, position. Oh, right here. See this? It's a defect in that's a defect in JavaScript. That's one I can't stand JavaScript, and I'm not a fan of TypeScript either, but this is what I've got to work with. I don't know why Visual Studio Code didn't catch that. You know, if I'd had ChatGDP plugged in on this, it probably would have picked that up too. But I don't have Windows 11, so I'm not going to get that wonderful feature where it spies on your machine and tells you what to do constantly, where it can watch you play Minecraft and give you suggestions. Oh, look at that. That's much better. Yeah, okay, we're getting close. Okay, but we need a higher velocity. That's the reason why things was going out of control, is because we were having that constantly constant acceleration applied to what we had. So we don't necessarily need to change the inertia so much, but we need to change the initial velocities that we were dealing with. Or the mass, we need to drop the mass down, one of the two. But where were the velocities that I'm not finding those velocities. I had those velocities set somewhere and my brain is melting. Ah, here it is. Launch magnitude max. Okay, we're like gonna not double, but we're gonna quadruple this. So we're gonna go times 4, that's 8, and then times 4, that's 40. And I think the rotation's gonna be sufficient. Oh, much better. Yep, that's kind of the effect I was aiming for. And that's nice and slow-mo. Yeah, this is going to be close enough for government work. This is what we're going to go at for this demo. I mean, I could be doing this all day, but I found most of the bugs. Most of the serious bugs. So what we're going to go back here, we're going to go back to number of houses. I'm going to change this to 4. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, we exploded house number 1. The other thing we want to do is we don't want to explode a house as soon as we start. Well, let's see. Let's make sure that it's let's see on impact. Let's see if this house explodes. No, it didn't. Okay, apparently I commented that code out accidentally. What is this? Okay, we want this back for sure. Edit, uncomment selection. This is the end of the world screen. Toggle line comment. What other changes do we? This is where get is very, very, very handy. See if the bomb hit a house. See, I commented that out so I could debug. We don't want that no more. I mean, we want that back. Edit, toggle line comment. Okay. House has been blown to bits. If houses 0 has been blown to bits, houses 0. Okay, this looks like garbage code that I put in for debugging, I think. This looks like a bunch of extra white space. Right? This is actually a bug fix. That's where I was fixing the constant acceleration. This is debugging garbage. Bug fix, bug fix. What's this about? Something's not right. That's scary. Why am I missing a curly brace? Ooh, that's not good at all. Somehow I'm missing a curly brace for something. What did that curly brace go to? If, else. Oh, I'm not missing a curly brace. I just moved the acceleration of gravity outside. So that's a bug fix. What's this? Okay, we don't want, this is the old code. We don't want that. That'll show up in the get because we're using the key here was the transform. One of the keys was the transform, is that when you apply rotation and position translation and the same command on SVGJS, you lessen the chances of you applying the operations out of order. So I decreased the chance of me applying the operations out of order because I apply them both on the same command. Also, I had an excessive acceleration. I got rid of that. It was a constantly repeated acceleration. And there were several other bugs that I completely forgot what they were. So, these are just tweaks. This is just a debugging thing, so we don't want that. But these are tweaks to the parameters to make them a little bit nicer. You can tweak those all you want. It's not a big deal to make those. It's not a logic change. Numbers don't have to be exact because this is just a game. Now the math facts, they do have to be exact. There's no reason to fade the house out anymore because they're going to go off the screen anyway. Okay, we could fade the house off, but it actually kind of distracts to some extent. I could put that back in later, but I don't need it now. Another bug right here. I swapped cosine and sine. Sine is up and down, cosine is left and right. That's something you need to memorize for your trig class. Although, if you're taking trig right now, I doubt you had the patience to sit through my rambling through this entire thing. So we'll go to File, Save. I doubt anybody had the patience to sit through this, to be honest, but that's just the way it went. It was kind of like a as-you-go kind of thing. So those are all the changes. We're going to try this one more time. Let's see. Well, hopefully. Oops. Oh, yeah. This is some cool documentation from MSDN. Oh, one thing that I really do like about JavaScript, I don't like JavaScript the language, but Google, I think Google had a lot to do with this. You can now turn your just a regular internet browser into a full-fledged synth with very little work. If you want to put forth just a little bit of effort, and I haven't actually taken the time, but there's so much you can do with the new web audio API. It's just absolutely blow your mind amazing. I wished I had time to show you one of the synth sites that one of my professors had us look at. I don't remember who was doing it, but crud, I don't remember the vendor. But they were going full out web audio, and it was amazing what they could do with just a web browser. So anyway, so synthesized sound is the norm for internet web browsers. Start the program. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't supposed to blow that house up immediately. I need to fix that up. The main thing is I need to make sure the other houses are exploding. It did not explode. What did I do wrong? Explode house. Blow up house. Let's try this again. blow up house. This is getting called somewhere where it's not supposed to be getting called, for one. What is it? What is it doing? Yeah, I got that. Something's not right here. I can't believe this. I was so close to being done, and now I've got this stupid... I didn't change any of that logic that I'm aware of. See if the bomb hit a house. Let's go back over here. Maybe I didn't refresh. And it's still blowing up a house as soon as the program starts. What is this? Make bombs. Update frame. Where is that code? Something's not right here. Well, it's not... Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, it's not in this file. Let's go to the other one. Right here. Blow up house. That doesn't belong in there. Wait a minute. No. Okay, it could just be a browser cache issue, which I haven't had any browser cache issues up to now, which is kind of weird. Why I'm all of a sudden having browser cache issues is beyond me. Another reason to not like JavaScript. What's this? And why is it complaining about that all of a sudden? Maybe I didn't save the files. Save all? I probably didn't save the files is what happened. Okay, I didn't save them. Really? Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, okay, good. Alright. That was nerve-wracking. Okay, it blew up one house. It blew up another house. Oh, this is looking so much better. Didn't blow up that house. And so we're going to try to save this house over here, if we can. Let's see. 10 plus 1. Oh, that's not working. 4 plus 0. 3 plus 8. I don't know, 11. Got one. So that's still working. 12 plus 4. 62 plus 2. Oh, can we save the house? Oh, we saved it. We're still going. We don't need to save 8 plus 4. What is that, 11? I don't know. Yeah, apparently it saved another house. What? No, I didn't. You get the point. I don't know if I got that right or wrong, but it still blew up the house. So the thing's working. That's about all I have to say about this. I got to get out of here because I got some quizzes for like popular music I need to take, and this has gone way too long. Oh, yeah, and yeah, you do need to check it in to get yeah. So where is this? These are the changes. I'm not going to show you how to put it in my website, but yeah, you'd go up here and say fixed animation, I guess, of house explosions, and commit. What? Make sure you configure your username and email. Thanks. That's so out of scope. Anyway, when this is ridiculous. I'm gonna configure that, but let's see. Get there we are, Sean. and then Max. Where is it? I can't even. I don't even. Where's Cheese Blaster? Here it is. It will show up here when I finally push it. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm so sorry to take up so much of your time.